Right, press enter key. Please follow as per the notes. Say, I think yesterday directly we didn't write any main method. Now, once you want to check your yesterday's program.
Yesterday for the example program, we did the main, right?
No, so please stop your sharing. I'll show the program again and please correct the program.
Yeah.
Stop sharing. Right. So I'll show the yesterday's program. See, it is our yesterday's program. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
See, hello program. The class name is, for example, hello program. Here, initially, we are writing two variables. And after that, we are writing three methods, M1, M2, M3. After the variables and methods, we are writing a main method. Now here we are writing some hi or hello anything. Here we are creating an object for the class. Okay, with using this object, we are calling the methods and we are calling the variables. So you have this program with you. Please check it out.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Then I'll enter into your screen. Please start your sharing. There is no main method now. First of all, there is no main method. Please remove it. Please remove the slowly. I mean, you did some mistake. Removing the main method means the bracket also. That line number 7. Line number 7. There is one extra bracket. 7. Yes. Now, please follow your notes.
Yeah.
Now, Bindu, for you also observe the practicing. Okay, fine.
Now we can call this main method, right?
Yes, initially now you created two variables. Just you created two variables. Now the next thing is you need to create a two or three methods, M1, M2, M3, like that.
Yeah, we should type everything, or can we directly method, right? Okay, we should.
First you have to create it. After that you can call it.
Yeah. This we have to practice yesterday, right? I did some small this thing only. I mean, small program only. I did not practice this thing.
Okay. Yeah. So just
I thought that one is the
1 minute, Amma. Opening bracket. After the opening bracket, yes, Amma, you are right. Continue. Opening bracket, curling brackets, Amma. Opening curling bracket. In the next line itself, you are right. In the next line, opening bracket, Amma. Opening curling bracket. After that, press enter key. If you press enter key, automatically it will be closed.
Yeah. Sys
Right,
O control
yes.
space.
Yes. See, no need to write the main method manually. Just please remove that line slowly. Slowly remove that line. Remove that line number 20 very carefully. Right. Keep the cursor in the previous line. At the end of the previous line. I mean, previous line means line number 19. Right. Press enter key. Yes. Now, how to write a main method? Just you have to write main and control.
Main control space.
Yes. Double click on the main method. Right. Keep the opening bracket in the next line. Right. Right.
The last thing is hello program.
You have to write the class name as it is, the class name. So better you can go with copy paste, or if you want to type as it is, you can type it. What is your class name?
Hello program 2.
Yeah, as it is, you need to type it. So yesterday we installed Eclipse in your machine, no? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, there is a difference. See, as it is, you need to type. No, still there is a difference. That's why you can go with copy paste. I'm saying a copy paste. So again, the spelling is wrong. So as it is, you need to write like the top line number 3. You can double, yeah, okay, continue. Yes, no, please reach. Yeah, you can double click on that. Yes. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Run the program. Right.
Yeah.
And today you need to practice the same thing at your home also. So how to
Yeah,
practice
sure.
the same thing at your home? You have another package like a practice.
Package
Okay,
and
so
then
right
class
click
and
on
then
that. Yeah, create a new class. In the new
Yeah.
class, you can go with the practice 2. Okay, ma?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
in that practice 2, you need to practice the same thing today also.
Same. Yeah,
Right?
sure.
Okay, please
Sure.
back to my screen.
Stop sharing.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah.
Right. See, now coming to the manual session. See, in the manual class yesterday, what we are discussing, we are discussing about the bank FRS, homepage FRS.
Yeah.
In the FRS, how many points? In FRS, there are 6 points. Now, what are the 6 points? Overview, prototype, page elements, input validations, use case diagrams, or it is also called as a task flow diagrams. Now, how many diagrams we discussed here? There are 4 diagrams we discussed in the yesterday session. Visitor flow, admin flow, customer flow, and the banker flow, right? Are you okay with these diagrams? There are 4 diagrams we discussed in the yesterday session. Based on each and every diagram, again, we discussed the use case. Now, how many use cases yesterday we discussed? There are 4 use cases, like a visitor process flow and the admin process flow, customer process flow, and the banker process flow. So what we discussed in the yesterday session, visitor, what the visitor can do in that home page, visitor can use the top 5 buttons and the bottom links. Are you okay? Ma, are you okay? Both Sindhu and
Yes.
Ma, the top 5 buttons. What are the top 5 buttons? Home button, personal banking, corporate banking, international banking, and about us, and the bottom links also. So the visitor can use the top buttons and bottom links. See here, banker can log in with using branch name, username, and password, whereas administrator can log in with using only username and password. So what are the options helpful to the customer? These 3 options for customer. What are the 3 options? Personal, corporate, international. So when the customer click on personal, what's happening? It will display the login page for personal banking, login page for corporate banking, login page for international banking. Ma, are you okay? Both of you, please.
Yes, sir.
Right. See. And now take the heading. Today's our topic is test scenarios on bank homepage. Test scenarios on bank homepage. Now, what is the meaning of a test scenario, gestation? Test scenario is nothing but the main functionalities to be tested. Main functionalities to be tested. That means in our language, we can say what are the important points to be tested here. Please take the definition for test scenario. Note it down. Test scenario is nothing but main functionalities to be tested. Main functionalities to be tested. See, observe this home page. What are the main functionalities we can test here? First of all, we can check the visitor links. Visitor links means the top buttons and bottom links. That is the first main functionality. The next one, we can verify the banker login and we can verify the admin login. Right? Here, 2 different persons can log in. Like the banker can log in here, the admin can log in here. So verify the banker login, and the next one is verify the admin login. Now, the last one, we can verify the customer login links. What are the links here? You need to click this personal and you need to check the login page is displayed or not. Here, the login page for corporate banking. Here, the login page for international banking. Whether these pages are opening or not, you have to check that. And now my question is, where you can pass the inputs? So you can pass the inputs only in this box. Now, where you can type the data, where you can type the inputs, you can type the inputs only in this particular box. So here at the time of banker login and at the time of admin login, right? Where you can type the data, you can type the data at the time of banker login and at the time of admin login. So in this situation only, you can try with a valid input and you can try with invalid input. Only in this situation only, you can try with a valid inputs and invalid input. Why? Because where you can type the data, you can't type the data on the top buttons and bottom links. You can't type the data here also. There is no chance of typing the data. Typing facility is available only in this box. That means where you can check with valid and invalid inputs, you can check valid and invalid inputs only in the banker login and admin login. Right. Now observe the test scenarios. I'll show the test scenarios to you. Test scenario related to your home page, the bank home page. See how many scenarios I identified here? The 4 scenarios. See what are the 4 scenarios? Visitor link, admin login, banker login, customer login links. But where you can check with valid and invalid inputs, you can check with valid and invalid inputs in admin login and banker login. So in the admin login, verify the admin login with a valid input and verify the admin login with invalid. Here also, verify the banker login with a valid input, verify the banker login with invalid input. Only in these 2 situations, you can type the data. That's why you can check with valid and invalid input. Coming to the visitor links, you can't check with valid and invalid. Just you have to verify all the visitor links. That means you have to check the top buttons and bottom links. Here, you need to check the links like a personal, corporate, and international. So what are the personal, corporate, and international? You need to click on this particular links and you need to check the next page is opening or not. What is the next page? Login page for personal banking, login page for corporate banking, login page for international banking. Anyway, how many scenarios we identified here? Mainly we identified 4 scenarios. Now, what is the definition of test scenario? Test scenario is nothing but the main functionalities to be tested. So observe the top of the template. You need to write your project name. You need to write the author. You can write your name. Created on. You can write the today's date, serial number 1, 2, 3, and so and so. Module. Presently, we are not entering into any module. Still, we are in bank homepage only. So just roughly note it down in your manual notes. Open your manual notes. And the example test scenario, it is an example scenario on the home page. Now, roughly note it down. Of course, I'll share the document with you, but only for practice, just roughly note it down. Or you can take a snap also. You can take a snapshot also, your wish. Only this part. In future, we are going to see the admin module, but today just we are discussing about the bank homepage only. Just to take a snap at your home, you can note it down.
Done, sir.
Right, Amma? See now, we need to see the test cases. See, coming to the test cases, in the test case, what is the first column? The first column is test case ID, or test case name. Test case ID or test case name. It is like a TC001, test case 001, test case 002, test case 003, test case 004, like that. It is like same like a serial number, serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Just I'm writing TC001, 002, 003, like that. But we must follow the naming convention here. We must follow the naming convention. Now, what is the meaning of a naming convention? So by seeing the name, we should identify it is related to which project, it is related to which page, which functionality, like that. So for example, the naming convention on me. So for example, I want to say my name in the naming convention. For example, my name is Satish. I'm located in Hyderabad in India. My job is QA engineer. So then how can I represent my naming convention? Satish underscore, India underscore, Hyderabad underscore, QA engineer. That is a naming convention for me. Right, Amma? You got my point? Satish underscore, India underscore, Hyderabad underscore, QA engineer. So that is a naming convention. By saying that, anybody can say like, what is my name, what is my job, where I'm located, and everything. So here also same. So the test case ID should follow the naming convention, like a TC001 underscore the project name underscore the page or module. For example, it's related to home page, and which functionality we are verifying here? We are verifying the visitor links functionality. Initially, I want to verify the visitor links. So now observe the second column. Now, what is the second column here? Test case description. What is the meaning of test case description? It is nothing but the objective of the test case or the purpose of the test case. Objective of the test case or the purpose of the test case. Please open your manual notes and take this heading, test case description. I'll give the definition. Please note down the definition for this. Test case description. Note it down. It is nothing but the objective of the test case or the purpose of the test case. It's nothing but the objective of the test case or the purpose of the test case. Right. Say, observe the objective. What is the objective of this TC001? What is the purpose? You can write in your own words. You can write the objective in your own words. For example, what I'm writing here, I want to verify the all visitor links functionality in the bank homepage. Now, what are the visitor links? The top buttons and the bottom links.
Bottom.
Right, Amma? Are you okay with this? So you can write the objective in your own words. Okay, it's not a rule like you need to write the same thing. Right. So every test case is having a multiple steps, a number of steps. See, the step is containing step description and expected result. Now, what is the meaning of step description? Step description means the action to be performed. Step description means the action to be performed. So what are the actions the visitor have to perform? Initially, the visitor have to enter the URL and click on go. Next, the visitor have to check the top 5 buttons. What are the top 5 buttons? Home button, personal banking, corporate banking, international banking, and about us. And the visitor have to check the bottom links also as per your home page. What are the bottom links in your home page? Like a customer services, internet banking, FAQ, terms and conditions, privacy, and so and so. Right? But how can you know all these things? I mean, which actions you need to perform? How you can know all these things? It is based on your use case. It is based on your use case. Now, in the use case, we have an actor action and system response. Right? See, observe the use case. First use case is visitor process flow. The use case is actor action and system response. We are not preparing this use case. This use case is a part of your FRS. This use case is a part of your FRS. So just we need to download the FRS and we need to study this use case. Based on this actor action, whatever the actor action mentioned here, based on this actor action only, we need to write step description. We need to write step description. Now in your notes, just to take the heading step description. Take the heading step description and take the definition. It is nothing but the action to be performed. It is nothing but the action to be performed. Action to be performed. Now take a note, NOT note. We have to write the step description. Note it down. We have to write step description based on actor action, based on actor action in use case. Actor action in use case. Yesterday we discussed this use case. In that use case, we have actor action. So based on this actor action only, today we need to write step description. Are you okay, ma? Both Sindhu and Bindu? Right? Till this, are you okay?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Say, now coming to the expected result. Expected result. Say, how to write this expected result? Like when you are clicking on home button, then what should be the response? When you click on personal banking, what should be the response? Now, how you can get this expected result? Can you guess? It is also based on the use case itself. In the use case, one side you have actor action, but opposite side you have a system response. So based on this system response only, you need to write the expected result. Okay. Say, just observe the definition for this. The definition for the expected result. See, it is the expected behavior of the system. It is the expected behavior of the system based on the operations you performed, based on the operations you performed as per the requirement. What is the meaning of as per the requirement? Like as per the use case. As per the use case, whatever the actions you are performing, so for that actions, whatever the response you are expecting, whatever the response you are expecting from your project is called as a expected result. In your notes, just take the heading expected result, note down this definition. Expected result. Note it down. Okay, ma, is it over?
Yes, sir.
Right. See, now take a note. I think already you know about the note. What is the note here? We need to write the expected result. We have to write the expected result based on
System response.
yeah, system response in use case. System response in use case. Right, Amma? Are you okay? Right.
Yes, sir.
Now take the heading test case definition. Test case definition. So how can you define your test case? Say, observe the definition. Don't write it, just to try to understand. Say, test case is a set of steps or sequence of steps. Right? Test case is a set of steps or a sequence of steps with the user actions performed and the responses from system. Right? It is containing both user actions and the responses from the system documented. We need to document all these things. We need to document all these things. But why you need to document all these things? What is the reason? The reason is to validating a system. To validate a system. Now, what is the meaning of system? Can you guess? System means project. Simply, system is nothing but project. Now, what is the meaning of validating? Testing. Validating is nothing but testing. So we are documenting all these things. The reason is testing a project. Validating a system is nothing but testing a project. So just observe here, once again, the definition. Test case is a set of steps or a sequence of steps with the user actions performed and the responses from the system documented to validating a system. That means to test a project. See, are you okay with this? See here, the test case is containing both a set of steps and sequence of steps, and both the actions performed and the responses from the system. We need to document all these things. Why you need to document all these things? To validating a project. Right. Now, please take the definition for the test case. Note it down. The heading is test case definition. Note it down. Right, Amma? Are you okay?
Yes, sir. Done.
Right. See, observe this TC001. I think you are familiar with this TC001. Here we are verifying the visitor links. You need to verify the URL first. After that, you need to verify the top 5 buttons and you need to verify the bottom links. And observe the test data. Now, what is the meaning of this test data? Just listen. Test data means the input required to perform the operation on the current step. To perform the operation on current step. For example, to perform this step, to perform this particular step, what is the input required? Here the input is URL. The input is URL. URL means like www. So and so, your project URL.com. So and so. So whatever the input is required, to perform the operation on current step is called as a test data. Please take the definition for test data. The heading is test data. Take the definition. It is nothing but the input required to perform the operation on current step. Right, Amma? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Right. See, observe the top of the template. You can see like the project name. You can write the module name. Of course, we are not entering into the admin module. Still, we are in home page. After 2-3 days, we are entering into that admin module. The document references. Now, what are the documents we need to write this test case? Mainly, we need to see the FRS. Why? Because in the FRS, you have use case. Based on the use case only, we need to write the step description and expected result. That's why first we are depending on FRS document. What is another document? Another document is test scenarios. Test scenario means today itself you written it. You are identifying the scenarios. Test scenarios are guidelines to prepare your test cases. It's like a guidelines to prepare your test cases. So what are the references here? You need to refer the two documents. One document is FRS document and another document is test scenario. Author means you can write your name. See, it is the TC001, test case 001. Now, if you want to take a snap, please take a snapshot. Of course, today I'll send this document also. Just to take a snapshot. And at your home, try to practice it. Try to note it down in a rough book. Like try to practice these columns first. Test case ID, test case description, step name, test data. So these column names should be in your mind. So try to by heart this pattern. Okay. See, now coming to the TC002, TC003. I mean test case 002, test case 003. Now what is the 002? Verifying the admin login with a valid input. Now here admin login with invalid input. Okay, ma admin login with a valid input, admin login with invalid input. Observe the test case description. The second column is test case description. What is the meaning of test case description? The objective of the test case or the purpose of the test case. Now, what is the objective here? The objective is verify the admin login with a valid username password. Here verify the admin login with invalid username and password. So observe the steps. The first step is enter the URL. It will display the home page. The verify the valid username password. And you should enter into which module? You should enter into the admin module. Now try with invalid things. The first step is same. You need to enter the URL. The second step is enter the invalid username password. Then what should be the expected result? The expected result, it should display the corresponding error message. It should display the corresponding error message. So it is about 002, 003, admin with valid input and admin login with invalid input. Now coming to the TC004 and 005. 004 is banker login with a valid input. Here the banker login with invalid input. See the same thing, verify the banker login with a valid username password. It is the objective of the test case. Observe here, verify the login with invalid username password. It is the objective here. Observe the steps. The first step is enter the URL. You will get a home page. Select the respective branch. After selecting the branch, enter the username, password and login button. So if you enter the valid things, you should enter into which module? Banker module. So now try with invalid things. The same steps, only the last step is different. You need to try with invalid things. If you try with invalid things, then what is the expected
Error
message? Finally, try with customer links. Try with the TC006 is customer links. Verify all the customer links. Now, what are the customer links in that page? On the top left hand side, you have a box. The box related to customer. What are the options in the customer login box? You have three options: personal, corporate, and international. So initially, if you enter the URL, you'll get the home page. Next, if you click on personal, then it displays the login page for personal banking. Here, the login page for corporate banking. Here, the login page for international banking. Right, Amma? Are you okay? See, how many test cases today roughly we discussed? We discussed only 6 test cases. But the first test case, TC001, is for visitor links. 001 is for visitor links. 002, 003. Admin login with a valid input, admin login with invalid input. 004, 005. Banker login with a valid input, banker login with invalid input. TC006. 006 is customer login links. So today I'll send this document to you. So today you need to study up to 001 to 006. Up to 006 only. Today you have to study. No need to by heart it. Try to understand. Okay, ma? Yes, Amma. Are you okay? Ma?
Yes.
Everybody is okay?
One doubt, sir.
Yes.
Only for this example, we have to write this.
Test cases.
Test cases.
Yeah.
But for another example, should
Yeah,
we?
for any other project, again, it will be different. So first I'm explaining based on one example.
So how we will get this? I mean, these things. I mean, like E and F.
Yes,
we
based
have
on
to
the
bypass.
FRS. Based on the FRS. Just by seeing the use case only, you need to prepare the test cases.
Okay.
Yeah,
just it automatically, if I give this data, I mean, it automatically displays the thing, or we have to
in your
write
company,
each and
whenever
every step.
whenever you are entering into a company as a QA engineer, initially they will provide the FRS document to you. Initially, first they will provide FRS document. In that FRS document, mainly you need to understand the use cases. Based on these use cases only, you need to write the test scenarios. Based on these use cases only, you need to write the test cases. See, observe all the test cases. All these test cases we are writing based on the use case. In the test case, what is the main thing? Step description and expected result. How you have to write these step descriptions and expected result? You need to write all these things based on your use case only.
Use cases. Okay.
First of all, you need to concentrate on use cases given by your company. Right, Emma? Right. And one more thing. Now we need to try to map. So how many use cases we discussed in this FRS? In this FRS, how many use cases we discussed yesterday? How many use cases we discussed? We discussed 4 use cases, right? 4 diagrams. On each and every diagram, we discussed one use case. So what are the 4 diagrams? Yesterday and today, 2 times I repeated. So what is the first diagram? Visitor flow. What is the second diagram we discussed? Admin flow. The third diagram is customer flow. The fourth diagram is banker flow. Right. So now my question is, based on this particular use case, 1.6.1 visitor process flow, based on this particular use case, what are the test cases we designed in today's session? Today we discussed the 6 test cases. TC001, 002, 003, like that. How many test cases we discussed? Today 6. We discussed 6 test cases, right? So which test case is related to this particular use case? Can you guess? See, in your notes, one side you need to take the heading use case. In your notes, one side you need to write use case, and opposite side you need to write test case. It's a rough note only. In your notes, one side you need to write a use case, opposite side you need to write test case. And under this use case, and note down the first use case. Now, what is the first use case? The first use case is visitor process flow. Yeah, please note it down like this. In your notes, you have to note down like this. The first use case is 1.6. Where it is? The use cases are from your It is from your FRS document, right?
Yes.
Yes. Now, my question is, now answer my question. Now, my question is, which test case is coming under this? Can you guess? Totally, how many test cases today we discussed?
6.
Yeah, out of 6 test cases, which test case is coming under this visitor process flow?
That
It's-
visitor,
The number,
um,
just give the test case number. Is it test case 1 or 2 or 3 or
test
4?
case 1.
Yes, Amma, exactly. The test case 1 is related to the first
Visitor
test.
process
So,
flow.
yeah, exactly. Opposite to that, here you need to write 001. Right. It is
Yeah.
only a rough note, Amma. Today, if you note down like this, you will get an idea. That's right. So
Yeah.
TC 001. Okay, please note down like this in your notes.
Yes.
Right. Now coming to the second use case. What is the second use case in your FRS document? Please note
Admin
it.
flow.
Yeah, please note it down. The second use case is
Admin process flow.
So which test cases are coming under this?
TC 002.
00 admin with invalid, right, Amma? Admin with
Yeah.
valid and admin with invalid. So which test cases are coming under this?
TC 002
002
and 003.
and 003. You have to write like that. TC 002 and TC 003.
TC 003. Yeah.
Note it down. Note down like that.
Yes.
Right. Coming to the next thing. So what is the next use case?
Banking. I mean customer process
Here the
flow.
customer process flow. Note down like this. The customer process flow. Under this customer process flow, which test cases today we designed? Observe this test cases. Which test case today we discussed?
TC 006.
Okay. Only 006. Only the
Yeah,
006
only
is
006.
related to the
Yeah.
customer login. Please note it down. TC 006.
006.
Finally, 1.6.4 banker process flow. Under the banker process flow, which test cases today we discussed?
TC 005.
And 4 also. Observe the TC 004 banker login with a valid input. Here the banker login with
Invalid input.
TC
Yeah.
004
And
from
5.
TC 00. Please note it.
Yes,
All
sir.
these use cases, this is it prepared by you, the use cases? No.
No.
You are not preparing the use cases. Where is the use cases? The use cases
From
are
FRS.
your FRS only. But today we need to prepare this test cases.
Test
We
cases.
prepare these test cases based on this use cases
FRS.
only. In the FRS you have use cases. By seeing these use cases only, we need to prepare this
Test cases.
Right, Amma? Are you okay?
Yeah. Yes.
See, today I'll send these documents to you. Just observe the documents. Today, which documents I want to send? Test scenario template and the test case. I'll send the 2 documents. Just observe here.
Yeah.
But one more thing, just listen. In the test case, which test cases you have to check at your home? Only from 001 to
006.
Don't study the remaining things. You will get confused. Okay. In the same way, coming to the scenario, when you are opening this test scenario, you'll get all the scenarios, but you have to check the scenarios only for the bank homepage. No, don't check the remaining things. Just you have to study these particular things. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just a minute. I'll send both documents to you. Right. And today you need to study the definitions. What are the definitions today I given in your notes? The first definition I
uh,
given like what is a test case
test
description?
scenarios.
What is
Yeah.
that? Yeah, first definition is test scenario. After that, I given a definitions for all these columns, like
Yeah.
what is a test case description, what is a step description, what is a expected result, right? Amma? What is the
Yeah.
definition for test case, right? What is
Yes.
the definition for test case? Finally, I give definition for test data. Now, what
Yeah.
is the definition for test data? We discussed test data is nothing but the input required
Input required to
to
perform the
perform the
operation.
operation on current step.
Current
To
step.
perform the operation on current
Current
step.
step.
Now, my question is, why there is no data for the remaining steps? Only there is a data for first step. Why there is no data for the remaining steps? See, the answer is no need of any data required. No need of any data required to perform this particular operations. To perform this particular operation. See, what is the operation here? You need to click on home button. Now, to click on the home button, you need to type anything. You need to give any input. No need of any input. Simply with using your mouse, you need to click on home button. Right, Amma, you got my point? See,
Yes.
if anybody asks you why there is no data here, the answer is no need of any data required or no need of any input required to perform this particular operations. What are the operations here? Click on home button, click on personal banking, click on corporate banking, click on international banking. Only it is all these things are clicks. No need to type anything. No need to type anything. Are you okay, Amma? You got my point?
Yes. Yes.
Right, Amma? Are you okay?
Yes.
Right. See, and one more thing. See, coming to the remaining test cases, here, what are the inputs? Valid username, password is a input. Here, the invalid username, password is a input. Anyway, we are going to see in future, maybe within 1 or 2 days, we are going to see how to prepare the valid data and how to prepare the invalid data. Everything we are going to see in future. Just today, you need to study these things. And in Java, please practice this program. Once again, today you need to practice this program. If you're perfect with this program, then easily you can continue with the remaining programs.
Yes.
Right, Amma? You got my point? And
yes.
Today, one more thing in Java. In the Java today, I'll explain the naming conventions. Please open your Java notes. Open your Java notes. Take the heading naming conventions. Naming conventions. See, Absha, here, when you are writing class name, always the beginning character must be in uppercase.
Capital.
And every internal word. What is the internal word here? Hello is a program. Hello is a word and the program is a word. There are two words. Every internal word should begins with the uppercase.
Capital.
Right? Please take the first point. Class name should begins with the uppercase. Class name should begins with the uppercase. And every internal word should begins with the uppercase. Should begins with the uppercase. Right. See, now coming to the object name. So what is the object name in this program? Z or G.
Z.
The object, right? The same rule for the object names also. Take the second point. The object name should begins with the uppercase. Object name should begins with the uppercase. And every internal word. That means if the object name is having a multiple words, then every internal word should begins with the uppercase. It is not a rule like object name means a single character. It's not like that. You can take a word or you can take a multiple words also. It's not a rule like you need to take only one character. Okay. So what is the rule here? It should begins with the uppercase and every internal word should begins with the uppercase. It is similar to your class name. Right. Now coming to the third rule, coming to the method name. Method name is beginning with uppercase or lowercase? No, M1. M is upper or lowercase?
Small.
Small only.
Lower case.
Yes. Here observe that, for example, I want to write New India. See here, the rule is it should begins with the lowercase. The method name should begins with the lowercase, but every internal word should begins with the uppercase. Please take the third point. Method should begins with the lowercase. Method should begins with the lowercase, and every internal word should begins with the uppercase. Are you okay, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Right. See the similar rule for the variables also. Variable means it's not a rule like only single character. You can write a word or you can take a multiple words also. For example, I want to go with a new word. So similar rule, like again, the variable should begins with the lowercase and every internal word is beginning with uppercase. Take the fourth point. Variable should begins with the lowercase. Variable should begins with the lowercase and every internal word should begins with the uppercase. Should begins with the right, Amma? Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. Today, please study these rules. See, even you are not following these naming conventions, please listen. Even you are not following these naming conventions, it will not show any error. It will not show any error. That means, for example, if you write the class name, complete class name in a lowercase, for example, you written like that, or a complete class name in uppercase, you written like that. It will not show any error. Your program will execute successfully. You will get a right output. But don't do like that. We should follow the coding standards. We should follow the coding standards. That means even you are not following the naming conventions, it will not show error. But for universal understanding purpose, we must follow the naming conventions. Right, Amma? You got my point?
Yes, sir.
The A I'm writing in a lowercase. For example, I'll try with uppercase A. I'll show whether is it executed or not. Here, if I make it as a uppercase A, here also I have to make it as a uppercase A, z.a. Run the program, check it out, whether it displays the right answer or wrong answer. Just are you okay? It is displaying
Yes.
what is the A value? 10. So is it displays any error at anywhere? No.
No.
It is not showing any error. But don't do like this. We must follow the naming conventions for universal understanding purpose. Okay. See, please follow these naming conventions. But in Java, we have some syntaxes. Syntaxes means one of the main syntax is all the data types must be in lowercase. All the data types must be in lowercase. Now, what are the data types in this program? Can you guess? Integer is a data type. Integer is a data type. And new is also a data type. Yesterday I explained. What is the meaning of this new? New is called as a object data type. New is the object data type. Okay. So these data types must be means compulsory. It must be in lowercase only. For example, if I write this integer in I capital letter, is it accept? No, it is not accepting. It is showing error. If I run the program, no, it is not possible. I can't run this program. So that is a syntax. Syntax means you must follow that. Now take a note, a final note, NOT note. The note is in Java, the data types must be in lowercase. Data types must be in lowercase.
Yes, sir.
Already, just here take a small arrow mark. Here you have to take a small arrow mark at this new, NAW new. Note it down. This is called as object data type or reference data type. What is this new? This new is called as a object data type or reference data type. So please practice these things at your home. Okay. So tomorrow I'll continue the remaining things. Okay, ma?
Yes.
So for today I'm closing here and see you on tomorrow. Okay, ma? So both
Yes.
of you. So I'm closing. Yes.
In the case of object, can we place anything other than Z?
Yes.
I mean,
Ma'am,
like
you can write any object.
any
name.
word,
Your word or a multiple words also. But whatever the word you are using, with using that word only, you need to,
Yeah. Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Try all these things at your home. If you
Yes,
have
sir.
any issue, ask me in the tomorrow session. Okay.
Yes.
For today, I'm
Okay.
closing here and see you on tomorrow at same time. Okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.